This comes to us from Gilburo, who says, currently, people are contacting Visa and Mastercard en masse in an effort to get them to explain why they're banning legal content from being transacted through their systems. These arbitrary restrictions cause companies like Steam and Itch and others to pull violent and adult video games from their platforms. They continue to remain silent on the reason why they were enforced the restrictions on the companies. I surmise they are gagged from speaking through likely threat of regulatory pressure. May I introduce, this gets interesting, all right, Russ Vought, a co-writer for Project 2025, director of the United States Office of Management and Budget, and acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is a picture of what this guy looks like. This gets very, very curious. There's a video to show you guys. I've seen part of it and yikes. This man has already publicly stated his desire to have pornographic content, violent video games, and other types of content, quote unquote, harmful to children, because there we go again, banned from the internet. This claim he makes is not based on unbiased scientific testing. In a 2-minute clip posted on YouTube by The Intercept, the following transcript, highlighted in yellow, shows his intended starting point. Start with children. And then he cuts himself off from explaining the next part of the plan of violent video games, etc., as that route had failed twice already in the past few decades. And we'll come back to this, but I do want to play this about 2-minute clip here for you because yikes. All right.
When I talk about 50-year issues that we've lost because we didn't have the right framing, that's one of them. And you know, our view is we've got to have a culture that values babies and the life that's created and is focused on the birth rates and makes them a positive good as opposed to a burden. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we're always looking for.
So banning violent video games somehow makes people want to have sex more and have more kids? How about fixing the fucking economy? How about start with that? That actually might change it a lot more. I can tell you from personal experience. We have 2 kids. I wanted to have more kids. We did not have the financial means to have more kids, so we didn't have more kids. The problem against us when we were younger and able to have kids, I mean, I guess we could still have kids now, but at this point, my wife is a little old for that. Theoretically, it's still possible, but it's just that time is kind of past. Ironically, as a younger generation, that's when you're supposed to be having kids, when your body is able to have the kids, when you're not making very much money and everything costs too much to live. And you can only get the money when you're older to be able to live. And you don't know if you're going to have a job in the future to pay for things. You can't take out credit forever. And you don't want to live in so much stress. So ultimately, we made the decision of we're going to take on what we can. And we got 1 boy, we got 1 girl. And we're like, you know what? I guess that's good. I always wanted at least 3, but we'll do the 2 and we're good with that because financially we cannot afford a 3rd one. It had nothing to do with pornography, violent video games, anything else in our entertainment medium, nothing at all. My wife was beautiful. She still is beautiful. We loved to try to have kids, if you know what I mean, but it was more one of those, we can't afford it. That's always the thing that none of these people ever want to talk about. They always want to talk about all the other excuses why people don't have more kids. It's like, no, it's actually the really simple answer. If everything costs too much money, that's the reason. That's the only reason.
What's the immediate fight leverage point that we can win and win a debate that allows us the next fight to get more of the win than we could have? For instance, right now we came up with an idea on pornography to make it so that the porn companies bear the liability for the underage use as opposed to the person who visits the website getting to just certify that I'm 18.
right there, what he said is massive. Did you catch what he just said? He said that they wanted to put it on the pornography companies, that they're at fault if a kid finds their way onto their site. How the hell? First off, why is it their problem? This is the World Wide Web. Why is it their problem if someone finds their way onto their site? This should be the parents' responsibility to watch their kids and understand what they're doing if they want to be involved in their life. Why are you trying to go after the companies and restrict what they're allowed to do? Because all that's going to do is cause more red tape and make everyone suffer for it, adding more rules in for everyone to protect themselves. It's a complete back-ass approach to it. This guy thinks he's so smart about it. It's like, no, you idiot. You just cause more problems for everybody with that approach. And people can take care of their own kids. Does this guy even have kids, by the way? That's a question I'd love to ask. He's talking like a guy that doesn't have kids, that acts like he knows what's best for other people who have kids.
And we've got a number of states that are passing this. And you know what happens is the porn company then says, we're not going to do business in your state, which of course is entirely what we were after. Right? So we're doing it from the back door. We're starting with the kids, and then like we'd have a national ban on pornography if we could, right? So like
we'd have a national ban on pornography if we could. Think about that approach, by the way. How does someone like this get into a position of power? Yikes.
We would have, the porn companies being investigated for all
the way he's talking,
all manner of
the way he's talking. Ironically, check this guy's hard drive. These are the exact types of people that I have a lot of questions on. If they're that serious about getting rid of pornography, I'm like, what kind of skeletons do you have in your closet where you really want to get rid of pornography? That's really weird. Why would you feel that way about it?
Human rights abuses.
You're trying to project your own issues on society right now, bro?
So that's how we approach a problem, and life is no different. We're looking for, if we lose elections on this, then we don't have the ability to save babies. We don't have the ability to save life.
What? Bro, what? I'm telling you right now, when it gets found out that this guy has skeletons in his closet, I want everyone to come back to me and be like, you called it, bro. I'm like, yep, I know. It's obvious. Just look at him and listen to what he's saying. Now, as his position in the CFPB, he has ultimate authority over payment providers and banks. And he has likely been abusing this power to strong arm changes in these privately owned businesses regarding content he specifically had shown his distaste and hatred towards previously, all clearly telegraphed beforehand many years ago. This was all done in the guise of protecting the children. Admittedly, it is a very solid tactic at the core, but if you use the mantra of protecting the children, it tends to mean that it's just a ploy, usually to further a specific agenda, which I agree. I don't even have anything to add to this. I agree wholeheartedly. They are a threat against the United States, nay, the entire world. They are a threat against our democracy, a threat against free speech, and a threat against gamers, a threat against media in general. These are the same people who believe violent video games cause violent things. Great point, by the way. It's like, oh, pornography makes you addicted to porn, or it makes you not want to have sex in real life, and that way you won't make kids. So pornography is by default bad. I'm like, wait, what? Does this guy not realize pornography has been around a lot longer than the internet? Like, we're talking about boobs on cave walls. Like, what is this guy even on right now? An entire generation of individuals have been playing Grand Theft Auto, playing Doom, Quake, and other games, but we are not currently, nor will we face a worldwide pandemic of armed car robberies, driving on sidewalks for the fun of it, or people running around with sawed-off shotguns killing demons, or graping. Because a video game was made exploring the content. Video games are fictional, just like movies and books to experience and have fun and adventure. Those in power have been eroding free speech in the law. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, the CDA, provides immunity to online platforms from liability for consent posted by their users. They are actively attempting to kill this protection to further their goals outlined in Project 2025 by passing liabilities on their user base onto their operators via financial regulation, threats, and pressure, thus killing speech directly while still keeping in the shadows publicly, which, yes, because I had no idea before this post who this guy even was. And damn, he's the puppet master behind all of this. He filmed the crimes and monetized that videos on Pornhub, earning revenue for him and the site owners. This is Bill Ackman. I can't believe the owners of Pornhub are not already behind bars because somebody did something awful and uploaded a video to a website and they want to arrest the people that run the website. That would be like someone uploading it onto YouTube and having it get through the content filters and being like, should have had better filters. You need to go to jail now. Bill Ackman, you absolute retard. What are you even saying? This is their attempt to kill Section 230 immunity. You should not be frightened that they may come into power. They are already in power. They are exercising it spectacularly, taking baby steps to erode away your speech. And we've all been asleep at the wheel. First off, what an absolute banger post by Gelburu, which that just earns a follow, by the way. That is amazing. So shout out to that. Stuff that I had no idea about. There you go. This is a very important screenshot from the actual text, from the conversation. Right now, we came up with the idea on Pornography to make it so that the porn companies bear the liability for underage use, as opposed to the person who visits the website. So you want to get the business in trouble for someone sneaking in where they shouldn't be because the business tried their best and it wasn't enough. Of course, bro. Of course. You're doing the Lord's work. I'm sure that's how you feel about things. But all you're actually doing is ruining society one day at a time. But I will leave that one there because yikes.